How's it going, friends? This is Henry. Have you ever heard that Sony has just released two cell phones, XZs and XZ Premium, that can record super slow motion at 960 frames per second? I was like, what the heck? I mean, even iPhone 7 Plus and Galaxy S8 Plus can record only up to 240 FPS and 960. How cool this can be. So I guess I have to do some tests and comparison with this Xperia XZs camera, especially for the super slow motion mode. Check it out.
XZs super slow motion. According to our test, in the super slow motion mode of Sony XZs, you can record a very short amount of time, equals to about 0.16 seconds. So the video will be played at 30 FPS, lasting for 5 seconds. The precious 5 seconds is just what we have for slow motion. Wow, that's in a flash. But after all, it's still a remarkable breakthrough for a cell phone. After several tests, we can conclude that in super slow motion mode, you can only record video in decent quality when there's enough light, like outdoor in a sunny day. In low light condition, there's a lot of noise on the video, and indoor environment is not for super slow motion too.
Okay, so that was a super slow motion mode. With Sony's world-class expertise in graphics, can this Xperia XZs outperform another great camera phone, Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus? Next, I'm going to do a thorough comparison on their focus shooting, stabilization, night view, portrait, etc. And in the end, I'll show you some cool AR effects of these two phones. So check it out.
4K video and stabilization test. Let's test their stabilization in 4K video. Now, I'm holding both phones, keeping them relatively static, and shooting 4K while walking. It seems they both have nice performance and stabilization. But notice that on video captured by S8 Plus, there's little distortion due to the algorithm caused by digital image stabilization. On video captured by Sony, there's no such distortion. And let's zoom in to 100%. The details look quite good too. But take a closer look. You'll find that the sharpness on S8 Plus is slightly higher than on XZs. Next, let's test their stabilization in 1080p video. Because the famous 5-axis steady shot on Sony XZs is only available on 1080p or less. To better find out the difference, I decided to shoot videos on both phones simultaneously while I'm running. And check it out. They both have shakiness, although 5-axis on Sony was turned on. It seems Sony's steady shot doesn't have significant advantage here. This comparison ends up in a draw. Front camera and microphone test. Let's first test shooting against the light with front camera. So, we can find that facial color looks more neutral on Sony XZs, whereas on S8 Plus, it looks yellower. Regarding exposure, it looks more natural on XZs too. But look at the highlight area on the window behind me. It's overexposure on XZs. So, they create different types of effect. Which one would you prefer? Let me turn around and test front light shooting. Well, my face looks whiter on Sony XZs and again yellower on S8 Plus. It depends which skin color would you prefer. Let's zoom in, and you'll see the skin details like pores, acne, and clearly shown on S8 Plus. I guess those who like selfie would prefer such honesty. But it can be enhanced with portrait mode or filters. Next, let's compare microphones.
Now, Sony Xperia XZs microphone test. Good. Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus microphone test. Okay.
Night view video test. On a rough glance, both cameras have decent quality in night view. But if we zoom in, you'll find that S8 Plus did better in controlling the noise in low light environment. Autofocus speed test. Let's first test the autofocus speed of XZs. Pretty fast and smooth. And next comes to S8 Plus. Pretty good as well. so both phones have amazing autofocus speed. Photo test. To begin with, let's test their shutter speed. Here's something interesting. In indoor, low-light condition, they have similar shutter speed. Shutter on Sony reacts slightly faster. But when shooting outdoor with affluent light, S8 Plus have obviously faster shutter speed than XZs. So we can conclude that S8 Plus captures motion image better. Not necessarily, because Sony XZs is equipped with Motion Eye that can predict motion. That means in this mode, the camera captures photos before you press shutter. So when you press shutter for once, other than that photo, you'll get up to 3 additional photos of moments the camera assumes you have missed. And unlike live photos on iPhone, XZs gives you a 4 19-megapixel lossless photos. Image quality comparison. Next, let's compare the image quality. First of all, macro photos. So, color seems to be brighter on XZs. Good looking. And we zoom in further examine. On XZs, the details like hairs of the doll are clearer with better sharpness than on S8 Plus 2. Portrait test. And let's test portrait. The result is quite opposite. So, on S8 Plus, the saturation, contrast, and sharpness are all higher than on XZs. Therefore, the figure looks more vivid on S8 Plus. But the byproduct is that skin details like pores are obvious too. So beauties might need some filters for these images, I guess. Night View Photo Test. In this 50-50 night view photo test, Galaxy S8 Plus again shows absolute advantage in image quality. Looks like it's unbeatable among the camera phone industry.
Alright, so that was my review on comparison on this Xperia XZs camera. Lots of people might think 960 is not necessary. After all, iPhone's 240 FPS is pretty enough for us to capture slow motion moments. Well, I agree. But for outdoor extreme sports enthusiasts, I still recommend this phone. And I also know that an upgrade version, XZ Premium, will come out soon, but with same camera configurations though. So, in my opinion, if you like shooting photos and videos, this XZs is more cost-effective. Alright, if you enjoy our review, or if you think it's controversial, please share it with your friends. In the end, I'll end this video with some cool AR effects of this XZs and S8 Plus. Enjoy!